YouTube? I'm Kirsty, and in case you missed NXT UK on Wednesday, I got you. Okay, they started off with another really sweet Harley Race Memoriam segment. And our first match of the night was Noam Dar versus Ashton Smith. There's a bunch of arm twisty stuff, and then Dar shoulder tackled, but Smith answered with a drop kick. Dar faked an eye injury, but Smith did not care and ran at him anyways. Dar pushed him over the top rope, kicked his leg, knocking Smith straight down onto the apron. Brings him back in the ring, and Noam goes for an ankle lock, but Smith gets out of it, does a big clothesline and a knee to face. There's a cover, but Dar kicks out. Smith does a super kick, goes for a lariat, but Dar moves and rolls him up for 3. Noam Dar wins. There's an interview with Noam in the ring who calls the audience dafties and talks about the huge contract he's signed worth so much money. Then there's a little backstage thing with Trent Seven in with the trainer, and Tyler Bates says that at NXT UK TakeOver Cardiff, he won't let Walter disrespect the title anymore. Next, the Grizzled Young Veterans come out into the ring and say Gallus wants to fight them, but they've been defending their titles all over the world. Enter Gallus. They say we're going to take those titles at NXT TakeOver Cardiff. Enter Mark Andrews and Flash Morgan Webster, who's been injured but just got cleared. They say you're not taking the titles in our hometown. We can beat both of you. So Grizzled Young Veterans says only Mr. Saint can pick who fights us at Cardiff. Then they do a little vignette of what to expect at NXT TakeOver. NXT UK TakeOver. Then Kiwi Buzzsaw came out and he said he missed the last NXT UK TakeOver, so he's going to earn this one. And I think he's hoping, he said something about Noam Dar. I think he's hoping to fight him. And then Mark Andrews and Flash Morgan Webster say that Johnny Saint said they must prove themselves if they want a shot at the tag team titles. Next we have Ginny and Jazzy Gabbert versus Zaya Brookside and Piper Nivens. Zaya and Piper take turns quick tagging and taking down Ginny until Ginny does a head scissor kick on Zaya, who runs into Jazzy's corner and then goes like this and slowly backs away. And that's when Ginny hits her with a forearm. Tag to Jazzy. Just slams Zaya. Tag back to Ginny, who stomps Zaya. Zaya finally makes it to her corner to tag Piper. Piper does a body slam to Ginny. Ginny jumps, but Piper catches her and throws her into the turnbuckle. Tag to Jazzy. Piper and Jazzy exchange blows until Piper does a crossbody and then tags Zaya, whom she then swings up like this and slams on Jazzy. Zaya covers her, but Jazzy kicks out. Then Jazzy does a sidewalk slam to Zaya, tag to Ginny, who throws Zaya ringside. Suddenly, Rhea Ripley walks down the ramp to ringside, and Piper Nivens just starts fighting her. Just forget about the tag team. They fight all the way up the ramp to backstage. So Zaya Brookside is completely on her own in this tag team match. She actually is holding her own pretty well against Ginny. She does a head scissor kick, but then there's a secret tag by Jazzy, and Zaya tries to do a crossbody to both of them, but Jazzy gets control, and after a couple slams, Jazzy Gabbert and Ginny wins. Next, we had a video of how Toni Storm and Kaylee Ray grew in the business together, and now they're fighting for the championship. And then there was a backstage interview with, I'm going to mess up this name, Ilya Dragunovs. He's in Imperium, right? He's the one that never smiles. And Cassius Ohno comes in and turns on the lights like, hey guys, what are you guys doing? So now they're fighting next week. Our main event tonight is Joe Coffey of Gallus versus Dave Mastiff. Right away, they both shoulder tackle at the same time, but neither one of them moves. They do that a few times. Mastiff does a hip toss to Coffey and then a German suplex. Coffey shoves him into an exposed turnbuckle on his hip. So Mastiff's hip is kind of injured, and Coffey fully takes advantage of that and hits him in the hip a lot. Then does a backbreaker to Mastiff. Mastiff gets another German suplex and back body drop on Coffey. Mastiff hits him in the ear, which sends Coffey ringside. Mastiff goes after him and throws him into the post. They go back in the ring, and Joe goes to the turnbuckle. Mastiff pulls him down and does a senton. Coffey rolls to the apron, but Mastiff goes out also on the apron with him, and Coffey launches himself at Mastiff, who hits the post. They both fall ringside. They kind of are trying to struggle and punch each other, but the ref calls it a double count out. At the very end, Gallus helps Joe up the ramp, and Mastiff is still trying to charge him even though he can barely walk. Both men seem to be in immense pain, but they're both screaming at each other. And that is how it ended. And you guys, I'm going to give you NXT tonight. I watched some of it earlier until the electricians cut off the lights. They were fixing it. They were fixing our lighting issue. And so there wasn't a fight. I was halfway through it and there hadn't been a fight yet. It's all amping up for tomorrow night's takeover, which I'm super stoked about, but I get off work at 5:30, so either I'm going to miss some of the show or some of the pre-show. I'm hoping it's pre-show. Anyway, if I don't annoy you too much, feel free to follow me. Thank you so much to all my subscribers. I love you guys so much. And if you're looking for a podcast, the amazing Oz Banks and I do one called Beyond Serious. It is not safe for work. And you can also follow me on Twitter at always_KIRSTIE. And I should see you in a little while after NXT if everything goes according to plan. Thank you. Bye.